because we want to prevent crime. So we're talking about bringing guys in from the outside to help us with various things that we'll have here in the city. That will last a good while if we get started. Highly recommend it. It's something that we all need, especially with all the crime that we have going on and have been having here in the city. And this doesn't only consist of any crimes that are going on or to help, it will help prevent. If we have a big event, let's say like the Q on the Yazoo or Stars and Stripes, we can make a phone call and they will send their guys down here and they can help us in the city as well, just to be visible, to have that extra manpower to help out with anything that we need help on. But that includes for us as well. So if we get a phone call from Indianola, Greenville, or anywhere else who actually joins this task force, and we'll send our guys as well to help out whatever is needed. These guys will get deputized in the counties. It'll be by their policy. Whatever county, whatever city they're in, it's going to be the head of that operation while they're there. If they come to Greenwood, then we'll be ahead. They're here to help, not take over anything. Same goes for us to go to Greenville or anywhere else. It's a big task force. Highly recommend it, especially with everything that we've been having going on here in the city and also in the county. So hopefully the county will get involved as well. But I know we're pushing the issue to try to get it resolved so we can go ahead and get started. Some of the counties have already started this, actually. I know Greenville and Indianola has been working hand in hand on this already. They're just trying to get as many more agencies involved. That way we can actually tag along and work with them. We're talking about training maybe once, twice a month to get these guys to train together. That way they know the city, they know the guys who they're working with, and feel comfortable working with each other. Consists of any crime that's going on, shootings or narcotic issues that we've been having. So it will put a dent to that. And like I said, hopefully it works out good. But I guess I'm here just to try to get you guys' blessing to actually look at this, to look it over and see that it's much needed here in Greenwood. Also in LaFleur County, not just Greenwood, but LaFleur County as a whole. And hopefully we can get this started as soon as possible.
Yeah, I did hear something about it over in Greenville with Mayor Eric Simmons. So glad to know we'd be a part of that. And if it'll benefit us in the Delta at any way, any shape, any form, I think it's all well worth it.
Yes, sir. And yeah. I mean, I know we've been having a lot of problems with a lot of car thefts that are coming from other counties and cities that are coming here, or our cars are going there. So we basically have the same suspects in every county, and that would help us to have a data of everybody from each city. And that way it'll be a lot easier for us to communicate with other agencies and say, okay, hey, we just had this problem. Can you help us out? And they can right on the spot.
But President.
Yes, sir, Mr. McCoy.
Did you not say that the Florida County Sheriff Department is they on board or they not on board?
We're not sure yet. I don't know if they're on board or not. I know hopefully they will be on board, but if they don't get on board, at least we will love to be on board with this.
I think it's a good idea, but it looks better that the Sheriff Department join in with us now.
I agree.
So we are in the Florida County.
I agree. Yes, sir.
I think it's a good idea. It's a great idea.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The last time we had a task force, how long has it been until we had one put together?
It's been years. It's been probably over 10 years, probably. Yes, sir.
I think it's great.
Yes, sir.
Good idea.
And these are full-time officers with us, and so it's just everything. When something happens, then they'll get a call out and go respond to whatever is needed.
Ms. Palmer?
Would there be any expenses incurred in the event that we use those members of that task force?
The only expense that we will have is just to pay their overtime from our budget. If they get a call out to Greenville, Indianola, then we'll be responsible to pay our 2 or 3 officers that go over there. They send people, that's going to be on their budget. That's their expense. We're just trying to get together to help each other out as much as we can. There were also talks about trying to get grants for payments, overtime payment or equipment and stuff. But as of right now, we're going to start off with whatever equipment that we already have and just go with it. So the only expense that we have is just paying our guys to overtime that are actually under the city.
Okay.
Sounds good, President.
All right. Thank you, Mr. McCoy. Chief, thank you for that information.
All right.
All righty.
Thank you.
Hey, whatever y'all feel like doing, we want to support y'all, okay?
Yes, sir. I guess we just need y'all's blessing more than anything.
Okay.
I think y'all have to sign off on it.
All right.
To get, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Not a problem.
No problem. Make it happen.
Okay.
Next up is Mr. Lance Muhammad with Fred T. Neely.
Good afternoon, Council.
Hey, Lance.
First, I will just give a quick overview where we are for the 2025 year. We met with the mayor and several people weeks ago, and kind of went through this audit report with them. Also, we at that meeting, the books for the 2025 year have been closed. Banks have been reconciled through September. Our firms will start working on putting some information together, working on really answering questions of the cash fall that we had, the deficit we had there in November, December of this year, working through those issues. Also, we've requested lots of information from Willis Engineering, who's the project manager for several of these ongoing projects. We're waiting for that information to be delivered. So we're going to start looking at this sooner rather than later. And as anything comes up, we will, of course, notify the council and the mayor of any findings that we have.
Well, that would have been one of my suggestions. When you start working on it, can you schedule a meeting with us and we all just sit down and talk about it?
As we go through and kind of start seeing where we are and things start to come together, absolutely, we can schedule meetings and update the council and everyone of where we are and what it looks like.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So what we have here is the audit report for the year end of September 30th, 2024. So I mean, it's a year and a half old, but it's the latest audit. We will start, like I said, we'll start the new audit, the audit for the last fiscal year in the upcoming weeks. Mm-hmm. So for the September 30th, 2024 audit, it's an unqualified audit opinion. So it means a clean audit opinion. So which we've had over the last several years. No changes there. But specifically what I want to talk about is our three major funds, which are general fund, sewer, and solid waste. Overall, the general fund had a small decrease of total revenue that we received last year. So for 2024, we received $11.6 million. In 2023, it was $11.9 million. So we had a small decrease of what we collected. The reason for the decrease, we had about $110,000 less receipt in sales tax, which I was glad to hear that through this current fiscal year, we're up on sales tax, and maybe we're trending in the right direction. But for the year end, September 30, 2024, it was a $109,000 decrease in sales tax, about 2%. We had a small decrease in fines and forfeitures of $34,000. And we had a decrease in license and permits of $55,000. Specifically, the license and permit decrease were attributable to gas, electric, plumbing permits for that year. I guess we just didn't have as many of those permits that we issued in 2024 as compared to the previous year. The rest of the revenue items that make up the general fund are consistent with the previous years. As far as our expenses go, the general government, which is just the government, all the expenses that run, the city of Greenwood, they were down $70,000. They were down $70,000. Our public safety expenditures were $7.7 million. They were up $150,000 over the previous year. Those public safety numbers, which will be our police, our fire, they're up due to an increase of state retirement costs and because of additional salary expense, which is a combination of raises, additional employees, so have you. Our public works was up $203,000 over the previous year. It went from $2.7 million. It was $2.7 million through fiscal year 2024. It's $2.5 million the previous year. The reason for that is we had an increase in street repairs and an increase in tree trimming expense during the 2024 fiscal year as compared to the previous fiscal year. Culture and recreation expenses, they increased $75,000, all because of salary and all because of retirement wages. Our total expenses for the general fund, including principal debt payments, and interest, and capital outlay, fixed assets we bought during the year, were $15,195,000. So from a natural receipt of property tax, sales tax, we had a $3.5 million loss from that operations. Now, to offset that, we had operating transfers in from other funds, and I'll go through that, of $1.8 million. And then we have debt proceeds where we borrowed money to buy some of these assets of $913,000. Overall, the general fund lost $880,000. We had a decrease in the general fund of $880,000 over the previous year. That leaves us with a fund balance of $1.4 million at the end of 2024. Now, $1.4 million is a lot of money, but for running a city where it takes $1 million a month to run a city, that's what it takes. $1 million, $1.4 million fund balance isn't a huge number to carry into next year. So, Mayor and I, we talked. He's looking at all cost-cutting items that we can do. I do feel as though that we will have a natural increase, as we talked about in the budget meetings, of sales tax, of property tax revenue this year, because we had an increase in assessed value of our property and we did not lower our millage rates. So naturally we should collect more more property taxes this year as compared to the previous year, which will help cash flow, help fund operations. That along with trying to do some cost-cutting measures, we need to start building this general fund balance up. So to get to a point where cash will be tight, projects, capital, grants will be offered, and we may not have the cash flow to be able to take on every grant that comes our way. So we really need to, as a council, as a city, really start trying to save as much as we can. Like I said, $1 million is a lot of money, but for a city of our size, it's not a tremendous amount of money. From the sewage, sewage and our enterprise funds, I will say they're pretty positive actually. From a receipt standpoint for charges for services, our sewage revenue was consistent with the previous year. We collected $3.5 million. It's very consistent with what we collected in the previous year. Our personal services, which are salaries and for all the benefits for the people who work in the sewage department, was $1 million, $1,003,000. It's up $153,000. Contractual services, all of our outside consultants we bring in, we spent $1.46 million. It was a $252,000 decrease from what we spent the previous year. Supplies were consistent with the previous year. Our depreciation was consistent with the previous year. So we took in $3.5 million of charges for services. we spent $4.99 million of expenditures, which includes $2.3 million of depreciation, which is it's a non-cash item. That's items that we bought and are paying for. The majority of that depreciation is the wastewater treatment facility, which we will continue to depreciate for the next 20 plus years. We did have some operating transfers in to help fund help fund all of these projects. Overall, from the Sewage Enterprise Fund, we lost $871,000. Now, if you add back the depreciation, which is a non-cash item, of $2.276 million, we had a $1.4 million positive cash flow for the sewage fund, which will go to help service all the debt related to the projects, all the debt that's there, specifically the Sewage Enterprise Fund. So overall, I think the Sewage Enterprise Fund did fairly well. The solid waste fund, to be honest, everything is pretty much very consistent with the previous year. We took in $2.288 million of revenue. We had total expenses of $2,312,000. We had $35,000 of operating income, which is consistent with the previous year. What we've done here, we're still running a deficit fund balance for the solid waste fund, but we have been eating into that deficit fund balance over the last several years because we've upped our rates. We've upped our rates, and we've been able to eat into that deficit. So that fund is going in the right direction. Now, per our conversation that we had with the mayor, it seems as though that some of the garbage trucks are getting some age on them. May need to consider getting some new trucks. If so, the council may want to consider doing something with the rates for garbage. If we're going to take on a significant amount of debt, we really going to need to look at the cash flow of that fund and see if the current rates make sense, or do we need to increase the rates to fund that debt. Overall, we're in okay shape from a financial standpoint, but we need to start trying to build our reserves back
I totally agree with that.
As quickly as we can.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
So a lot of these funds that are transferring in, I mentioned that we had $1,840,000 transferred into the general fund, specifically kind of a breakdown of where that came from. So in the general fund, $1,840,000 came in. $905,000 of that is money Greenwood Utilities gave us. And so it's the huge asset for the city of Greenwood. The remaining fund, $694,000 of that money is from the Mississippi Infrastructure Modernization Act. It's the use tax money that we get that helps fund ongoing projects. So that's the two main pockets of money that helped fund our operation for the general fund. So, without those two, without that use tax money, without Greenwood Utilities, we would be in much, much worse financial shape. The Sewage and Solid Waste Fund, there was, for solid waste, for sewage, there was $1.2 million that was transferred in. $495,000 of that came from Greenwood Utilities. The rest of that was some ARPA funds that were specifically set aside for some sewage projects that were going on that year. So that helped. That ARPA money that was a direct gift from the federal government did help fund some of those projects for the Sewage Enterprise Fund. Overall, it's a clean opinion. Overall, we ended the year 2024 with positive fund balances, with the exception of solid waste, which we are working toward and have been building that fund balance the last several years. But just, I think from a council standpoint, financial standpoint, I think, we need to start really honing in on some finances.
Okay. My one question, Lance, I guess, is backing up. I heard you say our court fees are down.
Fines.
The fines are down. Fines are down.
Fines were down. Had a note.
I guess my question is, does that mean crime is down, or we need to get tough on our maybe say like I noticed say on, and the chief can hear me on this, 82 speed limit 45. We got people driving 75 all the time.
All the time.
And I can guarantee you 80% of them be out of county people coming through. Now, if I drive through Grenada on Highway 8 going 75, they going to get me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Every time. I know a lot of people, when y'all going up that hill in Grenada, they watching that. They watch it in Grenada. So,
I think it's just probably, I think it's just probably a combination of not collecting the fines that are out there. And, I know several years back, the previous administration had that amnesty project where a lot of people were able to come and settle fines and not do any jail time and not pay interest or any sort of additional fees. I think we might, may want to, whatever we can do to entice people to come and try to collect these fines. And I think they were down about $50,000. I can get you an exact number.
Okay.
But that was the big line item for that specific was the police fines.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. McCoy.
President, Mr. Land, you said we had $1.4 million in our fund balance.
It was 1.4. We started the year with the general fund at 2.3.
Okay.
We lost 880,000, so we're down to 1.4.
That's all we got in the fund balance as of
general fund at the end of September 30th, 2024.
Okay.
Was $1,433,000.
I know you mentioned something about youth tax too. We're going to use youth tax for certain things, though.
That's right. You basically for the streets.
That's all you use it for.
That's right. Which is great that money's coming in to help cover these fees. And if you look, our public works was up a couple $100,000 overall. Now we had significant repairs within the public works expense accounts. We had significant street repairs. Now the total was only up $200,000, but because we had some expense items that we were able to cut cost down. But overall, it was up $200 just because the street repairs far exceeded the items that we were able to reduce. The expenses we were able to reduce in those accounts.
My final question on this reserve: what do we have in reserve? Anything?
Well, so the general fund right now is $1.4 million. That is for the general fund. That's where we have that's our fund balance. That's our positive cash is $1.4 million. So, at any given time, you look at the cash balance and you may have way more cash balance because we have a pooled bank account. We may have way more cash in that, but that cash that's there is going to be, especially now, is going to be the receipt of property taxes. This is going to have to get us through the year, which includes part of our property tax is going to be our debt obligation that we were collecting, that we've got to pay debt obligations throughout the year. It could include all the use tax, depending on when we receive the use tax. It's got to be spread throughout the year. So any given month, the cash balance is not indicative of where we are from a financial standpoint because we've got ongoing obligations. And that money's got to last throughout the entire year. So September 30th, 24, we had $1.4 million for specifically for the general fund to work with. Now, where we are September 30, 2025, we don't know. Just because the books are just now closed, the banks are reconciled, and we've got to start that process. Because I think that's a number that we all, council and mayor, and the accountants are very interested to see where we are at this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I think the sooner we get that number, the better.
Okay.
So like I said, we have requested a lot of information from Willis Engineering to be presented to us for the sewer lining project and for the other projects they're working with. We have received a lot of information already from MDEQ on monies that they have sent us. So we're gathering the information. I feel like as soon as we get the information from Willis, we'll have what I think is a good start to where we need to start on the process. I know the information from Willis has been requested by our office as well as by the mayor's office as well, but we have not received everything from Willis at this time.
Okay.
Thank you, Lance.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir. If y'all need anything, y'all know where I am.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, Mayor, is that your report?
That's conclusion of my report.
All right, thank you, Mayor, for that report. All right, the public agenda. First, we have Mr. Scott Kelly, Renewable Wood Solutions.
Good evening. How y'all doing this
Hey,
evening?
sir, how you doing?
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know to start talking, or maybe I'm here to be able to y'all to ask me questions of some things that we had put in place prior to what we've had happen now with the ice event with the limb problem. And anyway, I don't know. Y'all want to ask me questions of what we got y'all permitted for, what services that we can provide, or does everybody understand what y'all applied for and what we got approved through DEQ? So when situations happen like this with the limbs, y'all have a process in place to be able to handle it.
To handle it, right.
Through our
Okay.
services.
I know Darwin was telling me about we had gotten the permit from DEQ.
Yes, sir. If y'all remember, I think it was, man, time's gone by. 20.
Because you've been here before, right?
Yes, sir. I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it was back in 23.
Right,
We started.
right. We started
That's
it.
where we are right now.
Okay, well, I'll just talk, kind of bring up to date. Back in 23, we came and presented our process of how you can, just be able to store your limbs and be able to use we have a machine called air curtain burner that we have an environmentally friendly way how to get rid of the limbs without producing any smoke. And then what's left over is ash, and we take that with us, off site. But the issue is y'all didn't have a already permitted site for DEQ to use our services. Your previous landfill had been closed. Y'all had closed your account out and closed your permit number out and all of that. Well, we went back to talk to DEQ to see if we could apply for a site for y'all just to be able to store your limbs, just to be able to store for your everyday, because the previous administration was looking for ways, how could we, when I say previous administration, I'm talking of y'all, but also previous mayor, of how can we cut our cost. And some of our cost at that time was landfill costs for what it was costing to take the limbs to the landfill. And don't hold me to an exact number, but I'll just talk in general numbers. But I want to say back in 23, when we came, I want to say $48, $49 a ton is what y'all were hauling. It was costing y'all to go to the landfill. When I came up a couple of weeks ago and met with Mr. Green, I want to say around $52 now. Is they're steadily going up. Well, our process, we're less than half the cost, for that. So back in, which I don't know if everybody has a copy of, I gave him a copy of the letter that y'all were presented back on November the 21st of 2024. Y'all were approved of your site for our services in order to let you stockpile your limbs. And then we periodically come in to reduce them. Okay. Well, I went out with Miss Bailey at the site where we had put up, we had a site map and everything that we had put for where y'all have your storage and where you would, store your limbs and how you would do that in accordance to DEQ's process. Well, being that everything out there is already buried material, the ground was soft, for trucks to be able to go and to be able to dump in that area. We knew there was going to have to be some site work done. So back in February last year, y'all hired us to come and we built a pad for this specific location where to store your limbs. And what we used was your milling material that had been taken up off the streets and was just stockpiled. So we built a road and then we built a pad of about 2 acres, probably give or take, which you can store a lot of limbs on 2 acres because, you can stack them high. And we came in February and Mr. Curtis, I believe, maybe one of the street, he's street superintendent or just bucket truck driver. But anyway, he came out and we kind of showed him how to store your material. And then, y'all won't need our services for a while because, you got to haul them in and store them before you call us. Well, everything kind of just, we left. We completed what we needed to do and we left and y'all start, handling your limbs. Well, back when the new administration took over, I came and I think it's the first time me and my son, we came up and we met Mr. Green. Man, please don't hold me to this. End of September, maybe 1st of October was the first time that I had ever met. And we just tell him who I was and I just wanted him to know that, there's something going on at your site, with limbs. Well, I had ran into one of the drivers and, we rode out to the site and hadn't much any activity, happen. And I just asked one of the drivers, said, hey, you're not bringing any limbs out here? No. We were told not to bring anything out here. Just continue to go to the landfill. Well, I can't make y'all go there. I mean, it's an option. It's just something in place for that cost savings. So anyway, now speed up the time. Now we have a limb problem.
Right.
Now is what can we do now? Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm here to help educate what is in place, what can be done, what the cost is, all of that. So I don't know if I need to just let y'all ask me questions now.
Well,
if that answers her question.
I guess my statement would be, with Mayor Cox and his administration, if they see your service is worth it, they would bring it to us. And if they feel like it's worth it, of course, we'll feel like it's worth it, So when you talk to Mayor Cox and his department heads,
because y'all are all the original council that was here previously.
That is correct.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Y'all are all
so right, and we know you did a good job, but it still need to come as a recommendation from the mayor and his administration to us. And like I said, we know your record and we know you did a good job, so it wouldn't be a problem as long as it come from the administration. You see what I'm saying? So I don't feel it'd be a problem. But you talking to Mr. Green and also, and we got a problem. We got a limb problem. Well, everybody know this.
Well, and I talked to Mr. McCoy because I think some of y'all started looking for me when it had happened.
Yeah,
how do we
I even asked about you. I couldn't remember your name. I remember Mr. McCoy telling you. I asked about you.
But I was asking him, and I think at that time when we talked 2 weeks ago, that's what he said I needed to call, and I got with Miss Lott to get on the agenda. To be able to come tonight to talk and see what to do. But I was asking him then, he said, well, we haven't gotten there yet. But what is the status now on the declaration? Are y'all considered a disaster, or is it just kind of like, well, it's not a problem?
It's definitely a disaster. It's a disaster, most definitely. We definitely, we trying to get it done and get every dime we can back. We working with FEMA, all of them to get every dime we can. So it's definitely a disaster, and this was not budgeted for. So if you heard Lance, this really gonna really hurt our budget. Yeah, it's gonna hurt our budget right now because you can't predict the storms and the ice and all that. You can't predict that.
I can help you budget in the future if you really want to start whittling it down and cutting costs. You have to look at what limbs you're mixing with other materials and still going to the
Well,
landfill.
I'm positive that if you want to talk to Mel Cox and let him talk, I'm sure he's about cutting costs. He's about cutting costs. So
Well,
if you want to have a private conversation with him, it might be better, Mel Cox.
Sure. I don't think we met yet.
No.
So
No,
Yeah.
maybe it's my fault. I'd already come and met with him.
Yeah.
When I came up and met, he's busy. I couldn't,
Okay.
to get in, or maybe I need to schedule an appointment. Anyway, maybe I misunderstood why I was here. I was kind of here to explain.
Well, we're glad you're here because we asked about you.
We're ready to move equipment.
Yeah.
We're ready to go to work.
All right. Mr. McCoy got a question then.
Thank you, President. And I asked about you last couple of weeks, though,
Uh-huh.
when we first had this ice storm and all this debris and whatever. And you said you came down and talked about Darling Green over there. And I actually speak with the mayor. You said he was busy. That's why I told you to give him the agenda and come down and tell us where you at right now and what we got started in 2023. Because we had started this project, though, but we had a change of administration now. And then we was all on board with it. But our president was saying now, we got to change the administration now. So if you can get with the Mayor Cox and find out exactly where we at now, maybe we can get this thing going in the future, though. Because it will save money, though. Now, I'm saying it will save a lot of money.
Where you live at, Kelly?
Crystal Springs.
Crystal Springs.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's how that site got developed out there.
Yeah.
He the one came and recommended
So
it.
you going back to Crystal Springs tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, just call the mail and say, Mail, you
I'll give my number.
you give me your number. Okay.
Or maybe I called in the morning.
Yeah, and make sure, Green and them three in the meeting, and I'm sure the mayor have his staff in that meeting too, and they'll look at it and get back with us on it.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Ms. Palmer.
What about individuals if they want to bring some limbs to your facility? Can they do that?
Yes, sir. Now y'all can take any kind of limbs, wood debris out there you want to take, but y'all are the ones who are going to be paying. So if you take it out there,
I'm talking about individuals, like from my house.
that's up to you what y'all want to be
He
able
don't
to come in there.
He don't have a facility.
Yeah.
No, it's just y'all's facility.
It's our facility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's our facility.
What y'all got permitted for was
Yeah.
my process.
Oh, okay.
He just come work our facility for us.
What
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying,
Okay.
Meaning,
so that would be our facility where
Right.
we take it for storage.
Right.
right.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But because if you take it in for free,
Mhm.
but if you want, it depends on if you want to offer that service to your citizens. If they want to be able to bring their own out there and drop off, but what's the liability? You have to look at all that, or that's strictly just city trucks being able to come. But like a tree service, like I heard he was talking about solid waste, a lot of tree trim in 24. Well, how that service, maybe y'all could have brought those out to your own site, and then you can. Maybe when we're talking on this, what our rate is we're $3.75 an hour, and basically we work an 8-hour day. And that's for our special machine. We come with a dozer, front end loader. So, average works out about $3,000 a day. Well, we can burn roughly 500 cubic yards a day is, what we can average. And we can eliminate a lot of waste in a short period of time. So how it works at other places we have to go is sometimes maybe they can't budget everything all at one time. So we periodically will mobilize and move, set up whatever their budget is for that time. We work that many weeks, reduce the waste, and come back. Sometimes some bigger towns can budget for all of it to be done at one time. So, that was just another thing of how you can do your storage. You can periodically work that around, through your budget. But yes, sir, right now, if y'all wanted to help people out to have a place they can take them, that would be great, because, we're just constantly filling our landfills up with limbs, and that would make good sense.
Okay.
Any more questions? All right.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly.
Okay.
Derek Hickley, Archway Charter School.
Good evening. Mayor, members of the City Council. My name is Derek Hinckley, and I serve as the Director of Operations for Archway Charter School. I appreciate you giving me a few minutes to introduce myself and share what we're bringing to families across the Delta, including families here in Greenwood. Archway is a new tuition-free public charter school opening in August 2026. Our mission is to expand access to high-quality education for students in rural and underserved communities. We serve students who live in C, D, and F-rated school districts, which include Greenwood and LaFleur County. We are launching with rising 7th through 10th graders this fall, and we expect the students from Greenwood and LaFleur County will be enrolling. We've in fact already had several students from the Greenwood area enrolled in school. What makes our Archway unique is our hybrid learning model. Students spend 18 days each month learning live online with certified teachers, and then 2 days each month on our Belzona campus for hands-on learning, community building, and in-person support. It's a model that gives families flexibility without lowering expectations. It brings strong instruction directly into homes while still giving students the face-to-face time that matters so much. We build individualized learning pathways, use a classically inspired curriculum, and focus on helping every student grow academically, socially, and personally. For many families, Archway offers an educational alternative that just simply hasn't been available before, especially as a free public school. To help families learn more about Archway, we're hosting an information meeting on Tuesday, February 24th at the MDCC Greenwood Center here in town. At the meeting, we're going to talk about, we're going to walk through our model, answer questions, and help parents understand whether Archway might be the right fit for their child. I wanted to personally invite each of you to mayor, city council members to come join us. Your presence would mean a great deal, and it would show families that the city leadership is engaged in conversations of expanding educational opportunity here in Greenwood. Again, I just want to let you know that we're coming to town. We're going to be operating here. We'll have some students from Greenwood, LaFleur County, enrolling in our school starting in the fall. And I want to thank you also for welcoming me here today and give me a chance just to tell you about what we're doing. As a citizen of Greenwood, I'm excited to be part of the team expanding educational access in our town. I look forward to hopefully working with you in the months and years to come as we embark on that mission. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions. You are a public charter school?
That's correct.
Online?
Online. It's a hybrid model, primarily online.
Online.
Yes, sir.
And you're located out of where?
Out of Belzona.
Out of Belzona.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay. Well, good. And when is your date again? February?
February 24th, 6 p.m. at the MDCC Greenwood Center.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Higley.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. And when we again?
The Greenwood, Mississippi Delta Community College Center. Mm-hmm.
This one across from Delta Street Academy.
Oh, okay.
That's correct?
That's correct, yes, sir.
Okay, I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right down the road there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, next we have Ms. Elizabeth Liddell. She's introducing our new Main Street director.
Bingo. Sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here to introduce our new Main Street director, Miss Melissa Fincher. Melissa, I'm sure most of you all know her, but if you don't, this is Melissa. She was crowned Main Street director recently, and now this is our formal introduction. So instead of me asking for a little sponsorship money, it'll be Melissa.
I've already told Don I'll be coming to see him. Thank you so much. I'll be coming to see him soon. I need money. I really appreciate your support. I think everybody's aware that the economic vitality that downtown and the Main Street District does bring to the town. I've met with Mayor Cox a couple of times already, and we've kind of tossed around some ideas for some more events that may help bring a little bit more in tax dollars. We are partnering not only with the city, but with the CVD, Ashley, and Economic Development Foundation, partnering Chamber of Commerce. Our board of director president, Stand Up Dallas, is here, and the board of directors have been very supportive. And, we want to see more businesses open up. I'd love to see every vacant building downtown with a business. I would love to see that, wouldn't we all? But we do have a few coming in. We've got one opening in March. We just had Miss Christine Campbell. She just opened Drop Fitness. The temp staff came. There's some preservation with some buildings going on. We've had 3 companies reach out for facade grants lately, so we're in the process of working with them. And the biggest project, QME Yazoo. So it is on for May, and we hope we have your full support. And whatever you need, if you have questions that you want to ask me about, we do want to see hopefully it grow more. We talked today in Thomas's forum about possibly, right now it's the only city festival that's a multi-day event. So it'd be great to grow like the Hot Tamale Festival and get larger and bring even more people in and keep increasing the tax dollars. Because you can't get rid of me. I think everybody thought they were getting rid of me when I sold the business. And then I will say my love for the area, when I heard or saw that the tax, sales taxes were declining, and this position came open, I thought, I've always said I wanted to give back when I sold the business. What could I do to give back? And so I hope I can help out an entrepreneur downtown be successful. That is one area we're really trying to focus on, Retail Academy. And so I've talked to several entrepreneurs just in the past 2 days and given them, what I thought they could possibly do. And we helped Super Soul get a Facebook page. They were just ecstatic. Wow. So, but we're so thankful of y'all's support.
Okay. And thank you and welcome aboard.
Yeah, we're glad to be here.
Okay.
Glad to have you.
All right. Mr. Russell, dilapidated housing.
Council, we're gonna, my attorney and myself are gonna table the dilapidated housing for the next session. But today I'm gonna, I come before you. I actually have given you each council a sheet here. It's about our permitting process. I was listening to the auditor, and a lot of what he was saying kind of directly reflects to this right here. The City of Greenwood Community Development Department currently relies on Permitting D, a custom-built permitting and code enforcement system developed and maintained by one single individual. That developer has since passed away, and the system is no longer paid for, supported, or maintained. As a result, the software has become increasingly unstable and difficult to rely on for daily operations, directly affecting the city's ability to issue permits, conduct inspections, and resolve code enforcement or blight issues in the neighborhood. Staff have reported growing challenges, including outages, email failures, slow system performances, difficulty accessing historical records, because the system supports all permitting, inspection, code enforcement, and contractors licensing and property records. These issues slow the service to residents and businesses, delay enforcement actions, and increase the risk of losing critical city records. Some of our key challenges are system instability, risk of failure. With no support and maintenance on Permit MD experiences unpredictable outages, errors, and delays. The city regularly encounters issues that halt service delivery for community members and contractors. Difficulty in managing dilapidated and nuisances cases. Greenwood handles a high volume of dilapidated building cases. Permit MD lacks the tools and reliably organized photos, notices, timelines, and property history, making it difficult to prepare documentation for council or court, resolve code violations, and reduce the blight. Limited inspection capabilities. The inspectors, when we actually go out into the field, we used to be able to do it from our vehicles, in which Permit MD would, you had to go through 3 different servers, and you weren't able to reach it out in the trees, or the further away you got from the city hall, you weren't able to use it. Manual and inefficient process for staff and applicants. Most applications and supporting documents require community members to submit materials in person. Come up there and have to write it out. And without an online portal, applicants must take time out of their day to travel and wait while staff are burdened with manually reviewing incomplete forms, correcting errors, and assembling packets from paper documents. Growing residents and contractors' expectation. Contractors increasingly expect online permitting, payment, inspections, scheduling, and digital communication tools. Greenwood currently relies on paper processes and an aging system that cannot meet those expectations. This is an opportunity to actually stabilize critical operation by replacing an unsupported system with a fully supported cloud-based platform. Improve resident and contractor experience through online applications, payments, inspections, scheduling, and project tracking. Speed up services with a built-in electronic plan review, and reliable mobile inspection tools. Reduce nuisance and dilapidated buildings with better case management, workflows, organized documentation, photos, notices, and timelines. Protect Greenwood's historical data. Because Permit D has been around for so long, since Mayor Harry was here, It is a slowed down process, mostly like analog versus AI. The records, our digital records, are not uploaded in time. It's slow. So the community development department actually, after visiting a lot of different AI or permit sources, we came down to one that kind of, would be friendly, user friendly, and actually was recommended by my previous Ms. Stigler. After evaluating several software systems along with Greenwood operational need, long-term goals, the Community Development Department recommends selecting GovWell as our city unified permitting, inspection, licensing, and code enforcement solution. GovWell is designed specifically for small and medium-sized jurisdictions, one such as ourselves, that provides all-in-one permitting, inspections, planning, licensing, and code enforcement without the complexity of larger systems. One of the reasons why we chose GovWell was that for the modernization, stabilization of and data continuation. GovWell replaces an unsupported legacy system with a modern, fully supported platform and includes a full migration of Greenwood's historical records to ensure continuation of public services. It improves the community experience. Residents and contractors will have an online portal to submit permit applications, complaints, documents, pay fees, which we all want, request inspections, tracks the statuses, reducing trips to the city hall, and speeding up approvals. The community will still have to have the option to come in and submit in person. Streamline code enforcement and blight reduction. GovWell manages the full code enforcement process in one system, making it easier to track cases, prepare for court proceedings, and resolve nuisance and dilapidated properties faster, reducing blight in our neighborhood. Faster inspection, service delivery, built-in electronic plan reviews. To sum it up, you have the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You have the cost. The cost is broken down to yearly, annually. There's a cost with it, startup cost too also. So we that is when you have time. Read it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
President.
All right.
So this is $22,000 a year every year, right?
yes, sir. That's after the startup cost. See, the one that we had, it was like $1,200 a year, maybe. I mean, but Mark died. Yeah, we don't have anybody to to maintain it, add in anything. You know how you call and have to tell Mary to write out you a permit? You wouldn't have to do that. You would actually get the money and the fees. And we need this because we got building coming along right now that is actually, we need that process.
Okay.
Badly.
My president.
Yes.
One question, my president. I know he said we're going to table the land-based property. Do we need to put a motion in place? We're going to table that land-based property. Cause I know
Yeah. We actually, Barossa have a homeowner here.
Have one of you.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a homeowner here wants to discuss with the council about her property.
Yes.
Ms. Rice, she lives on Gibb Street,
Yes.
and she lives in that house.
Yes.
Are we trying to dilapidate that house? What's going on?
I've actually went back over some of those houses this morning to actually that list, a large portion of that list was actually before I came.
Okay.
And I went over and looked at it, and a lot of those things will be coming on. I think.
Well, will you get with Ms. Rice and get all, please?
As soon as I was gonna, I spoke with not only her, also to another young lady that wants to speak with me after this. And we'll
Okay. All right. Yeah. Mr. McCoy?
President, that's why I was saying, my president, someone was here already.
Uh-huh.
Now, do we need to put a motion in place to table the library house into the next meeting? Because I know he said, I know our attorney's not here.
Well, all we would have to do is just put it back on the agenda,
Okay.
on the public agenda, right?
That ought to work.
Yeah, that ought to work. I don't think.
I know several notices already went out, but this meeting was today.
Right, several notices.
I've spoken with several people.
Have, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much, yes. I've spoken with several people about this, and we will have this.
Now, we have a double list next time then, since we said
No, sir. Just all we have is a list coming up, and which we're going to break it down into 10 tear down, 10 clean up. We're going to do that from now on, kind of speed up the process, because we're getting ready to start the process.
So we're going to resend these notices back out, and before we sending them over more notices out. That's what you're saying, correct?
It may not need to actually have anyone to come before the council, because I think we've gotten them taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. I do believe that. As a matter of fact, I know. I just need to talk with them.
Yeah, no problem. Right.
Okay.
Thank you, President.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McCoy. Okay, and homeowners, thank y'all for showing up.
Thank you.
Hope we get y'all straight. Okay. Okay, let's move on. We got a lot still to go on. Routine items agenda. We have the consent agenda. Any questions?
I should move taking on a block, President.
Second.
Motion been made and been seconded to do the consent agenda in a block. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. B, routine items agenda, resolution of the City of Greenwood, Mississippi, requesting state appropriation of enhancements to the city public safety, public works, and utility programs.
All right, anyone explain it to the President more on that?
So,
Go ahead, Mayor.
so due to the conversation we just had with the auditor, Mr. Mohammed, we're requesting $850,000. $425,000 will be going towards to minimize debt that we do have, and $425,000 will be going towards vehicles for the public works, police department, and other facilities as well.
So we question that from Greenwood Utilities.
No, state of Mississippi.
Okay, Mississippi.
Yeah.
800,000, you said?
850.
850 and 400,000.
It's gonna be split in half. 425 is towards to reduce loans and grants. Loans and bonds that we have. 425 will be for vehicles for across the departments.
So total now 850,000. Okay,
Yes.
I got you. All right. Thank you, man.
Yes, Ms. Cook.
Who are we requesting this from? I mean, just the state or?
Yeah, the state legislature.
Or
The legislature.
Somebody's sponsoring this for us, or who's working with us?
I've been working with Mr. Morgan. I can't think of his first name. With 10-1, correct?
Yeah, so we're working with our local delegation to introduce the bill. That would be part of the state's project.
Miss Lydia and all of them. She's familiar with it. The mayor had a meeting with all of them. Okay.
Hope we can get this passed.
Yeah, it passed.
Probably get it passed. I shall move, President.
Okay. Motion been made and been seconded. All in favor, right hand, please. Pose same sign. Motion carried.
Chance it out.
All right. All right. Our amended agenda. February 17th, City Council meets a resolution of the City Council of the City of Greenwood, Mississippi, approving, adopting, and ratifying the agreement for engineering service with Willis Engineering for the Wall Street Improvement Project, job number 25-0220, authorizing the mayor to execute same and for other purposes. I guess that's the Walthall project. We're about to close it up.
I think this is the phase 2 of it.
Phase 2 of it.
I think this is the final stages of it to finish it up.
Okay.
Do we have the money in there for phase 2 for that project?
As of right now, we do. That's sectioned off into a different budget.
Okay. So we should have some left over this year from the phase 1 project. Anything left over from phase 1 project? The Walthall project?
I think that's all in one compile. I'm not sure.
I think it's 2 separate Walthalls we have, but I think there is a little bit in one still.
So money left over in that carry over from phase 2. Okay. And this is phase 2, start on phase 2 project. So that total amount there, that's an addition on there, that's $74,000.
That's the engineering price.
Engineering price. So yeah, what is that?
There should be some money for the second phase.
Yeah, you said something there, second phase.
Let's finish it up. We got the money.
Chair, entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay. We said this before.
I second.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All in favor, right hand. Pose the same sign. Motion carried. We have to appoint two people to our planning commission. The first one is a resolution appointing Kevin Jackson as a representative of Ward 7 to the Greenwood Planning Commission.
So moved.
Mm-hmm.
Second.
Motion been made and been second. All in favor, right hand. All right. The next one is a resolution reappointing Lamar Liddell, a representative of Ward 3, to the Greenwood Planning Commission. Chair, make that motion.
Second, President.
All right. Motion been made and been second. All in favor, right hand. Pose the same sign. Motion carried.
Well, President, one question.
Yes, sir.
Do we have some more mayor to be brought back and reappointed, or they terms since still good?
So I want to have a conversation with you all to discuss the direction of it. So me and Ms. Liddell will be reaching out to each one of y'all in regards to appointees.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Our next one is we need to go into executive session. Huh?
We got 2 more, President.
The who?
The limb maneuver.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got a tire removal.
Yeah, limb removal. Yeah, I saw that on.
That one
Okay.
too.
All right, a resolution authorizing the mayor to negotiate and execute a contract for emergency disaster debris removal and disposal service with Look Great Service of Mississippi Incorporated in connection with the winter storm firm and to seek federal reimbursement from the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
My president.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's the
What
same
the
one
next
you
one?
talked to us about, the same company you talked to us about.
That's right. This one.
This one was tabled, but I still haven't.
Sorry.
This wants to review.
That's correct.
Okay.
They're going to do the service,
Okay.
and then they're going to request funding when we receive it from
She's
FEMA.
out of town today.
So that's a 90-day window. How long that process is?
18 months.
18 months window before pay anything at all.
Correct.
So they do the work. 18 months. When we receive our money, then they receive their money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have no problem. That's good.
I like that.
Good deal.
Yeah. Okay.
This is an account for those two projects.
Okay. Okay. You sure it's Mr. McCoy?
That's left over from the mark off.
Yeah. That's what's in there. Ain't what left over. What's in
Yeah,
there?
for phase, but I know we
Yeah.
had some
Yeah.
for phase 2.
Uh-huh.
That was in phase 1 written down. Should be left over phase 2 though. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I so move, President.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Second.
Motion been made and been second. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. All right. Our next resolution gonna require executive session to discuss.
Now, one more, President.
One more.
Do we?
Yeah. Back the tires and
Trash.
Ms. Dorsey wanted her input on that. She's out of town today, and we haven't gotten together yet. So if y'all could just continue tabling that till she has her 2 cents.
Okay. I also move them to table that, President.
Okay.
Until Miss Dorothy's back and look over it.
All right. Motion been made and second to table this until Ms. Dorsey looks over it. Hopefully she's able to look over it probably between now and the next meeting because this is our second time tabling this.
Yes, sir, it is.
It is, okay? So we need to make a decision on this next time. And okay? All right, all in favor? Opposed at the same time, motion carried. All right, Don, help me out. Chair, entertain a motion to
It's been a while. To enter executive session to discuss the sale of land.
Okay.
And we go into a closed determination. So we have to vote and then go to a closed determination and then.
Okay. The chair entertain a motion to go into closed determination.
I so move, President.
I second.
All right. Motion been made and second to go into closed determination. All in favor? Right hand. Opposed at the same time. Motion carried. We're going to ask the audience and the cameras and the speakers and everybody to